let your fucking shows die. There's becomes a point where no matter what the show is and how good it used to be, it'll start to dwindle. Now, you know, not every show dwindles in the same way. Some are worse than others. But overall, I think that, to me, it's pointless to keep a show going for an immense amount of time. The whole reason that a lot of good shows are even made is because they're inspired by old ones. Pretty much every show creator has inspirations that go into the creations that they make. And sometimes just keeping shows alive is just a detriment to the show in the long run. Alright? For instance, take fucking Family Guy. Now, Family Guy was a really good show when it came out, and even when it came back after it was banned. But the show now sucks. It really does. Even though it does have a lot more viewership than a lot of other animated shows, unfortunately, the shit sucks. It's pretty much obvious that the quality of jokes in the episode is just laughably just worse. Even the animation, although looks cleaner, is very, very lazy when they keep using the same fucking animation. Just lazy fucking shit. It's garbage. Seth MacFarlane doesn't even want this fucking show anymore. The same thing goes for SpongeBob. The earlier seasons were clearly better, had smart jokes, weren't trying to be obnoxiously loud all the time, and would actually teach a moral. Now, this shit is just stupid, dude. I don't even want to watch this. This shit's like damn near nightmare fuel. The only reason why these shows are even still around is that SpongeBob is a fucking massive cash cow because it's been around for so long, and kids are really stupid. And Family Guy is a massive cash cow, and kids are really stupid. Well, teens are really stupid. Maybe even adults are really stupid. But it's just really absurd to me. I mean, I can understand that if there's money in it, you know, why not keep it going? But at the same time, you're gonna have the stinkers every once in a while, like I said. But sometimes it comes to a head where there's not just a couple of stinkers. It's like an entire mass amount of seasons that suck ass. Why do you keep making this show? It's garbage now. It's just fucking just pitiful to watch. Now, not every show falls into this category, in my opinion, and I think a show could continue as long as it possibly could, as long as they do the steps. But even so, no matter how old the product is, it will still get old. So let's take anime, for example, because I think anime doesn't usually fall into this lazy category in the same way that a lot of American cartoons do. So let's take Pokemon and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Now, both of these shows have been going for decades now, but JoJo's anime has only recently been around, but I'll still use it as an example because the manga has been going for 30 years now. So the reason why I think JoJo works better when it continues and Pokemon can but doesn't do as well is simply for characters, right? JoJo's Bizarre Adventure works as a long-running series is not only that's pretty much what the show is about, you know, fighting generations over the years. Each generation or each part has new groups of protagonists and villains and people you can connect with and identify with, and you can get into the show. It feels fresh and original when you keep introducing new characters. But even so, after 30 years of this pattern repeating, it still gets old. Even Araki says that he's going to stop after 9, but I don't know. A lot of people say that, but if the money's there, the money's there. Guilty Gear and BlazBlue were supposed to end, but I don't know. Maybe they won't. Who knows? In Pokemon's been going for so long. I didn't know one man could be 10 for so long. That rivals immortality on a fucking vampiric scale or something. But even so, I think, at least for Pokemon, because Ash is always there, and he always has the two main side characters, regardless of if they're brought back or not, Ash himself is still the same boring-ass character. and the show just can't get any better. The concept of Pokemon can't really change from its format of, well, Pokemon, just battles, and that's always exciting to see, but I think it's better when they keep doing it in a new way instead of just keep using Ash over and over again. I mean, I love Pokemon as a kid, and I can even bet that most kids love Pokemon now, but give Yokai Watch a fucking chance, dude. Let it have its time in the limelight. Having this show out being as the behemoth that it is, it's just fucking patronizing to other shows that could have reached their max potential if Pokemon wasn't in the way. Well, maybe not, but at least I'm hopeful about it. But it's also interesting because this also can work with games as well. I mean, I always talk about it, but I don't want to play another fucking Call of Duty game. I've been playing them since I was like 11. So I don't want to fucking play these games anymore. It's pointing and shooting. You can add as many different things to it as you want, but at the end of the day, it's still Call of Duty. This shit is never going to change. It's Call of Duty, dude. Wow. Then more guns and more shooting. Zombies again? Wow. Cool. That's all I'm trying to say. You could have a new company or a new game series flourish that could be even better than the last. I mean, Steven Universe wouldn't have even come to be if Rebecca Sugar didn't leave Adventure Time, and I think it's even sad that, you know, Adventure Time and regular show are ending, or have ended by this point. But even so, as sad as they can be, just because they ended doesn't mean that it was better back in the day when those shows were still running. I mean, people only remember the good stuff, and I will say that there was a bigger abundance of well-made cartoons back in the day. I still have hope that a lot of new creators can make something beautiful. I mean, it's just, I don't know, maybe I'm being a little too hopeful about it, but I always held out hope. I mean, you wouldn't have your Adventure Times and regular show if you didn't have, you know, your Ren and Stimpy back in the day. Even though they're not the same genre necessarily, but you can get what I'm saying. Old stuff influences the new stuff. Ren and Stimpy wouldn't have come around if it wasn't for those old Hanna-Barbera cartoons and Looney Tunes, you know? It's stuff like that that breeds creativity within people. So keeping the show going for as long as it is just bound to, one, make it bad, and two, eventually making people lazy. I mean, I recently watched the regular show movie, and that's a piece of shit. It's a fucking god-awful movie. So I think, let your shows die. Don't be so sad that they may be leaving, and be hopeful that shit can improve. Because that's the whole point. We want our shit to improve. I want my kids to watch cartoons better than the cartoons I watched. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd like to show them the cartoons I watched growing up as a kid. I think every parent would like to do that, to show a little bit of their nostalgia to their kids and get them invested into it. But you have to let each generation have its own shit. You know what I'm saying? Pretty simple in my opinion.